Finally, Fragpunk just got a major upgrade. We have got a ton of new content dropping, a brand new lancer, map changes, new cards, removed cards, and some key balance tweaks affecting both characters and maps. I'm gonna walk you through the highlights from the release notes so you know exactly what to expect before jumping back into the chaos. So let's kick things off with the newest lancer on the roster. But before we start, please remember to drop a like and subscribe if you found this content useful. If you can't unlock DEX because you don't have the gold, like I'm showing here, follow this tip that you might not notice. Go to Store, Redeem, and Battle Pass. If you played a lot of battles and completed the pass, then you should have this Battle Pass currency that you can exchange for gold. I have a lot of it and it renews monthly, so last month I exchanged 20k and now I just need 10 more. With this, now I can unlock DEX from day one. So, the new lancer called DEX. From what we have seen in the preview, this new lancer DEX looks like some kind of human-lizard hybrid, and he's bringing some serious game-changing abilities. First up, cloning incarnation. This ability lets DEX to create a clone that fights in his place. If the clone dies, DEX reappears on the field like nothing happened. Think of it like a Phoenix ultimate from Valorant. He sets a return point, dives in, and if he dies, boom, he's back. We could say DEX has a similar mechanic inspired in this Phoenix ultimate. Then we have the mimic traps. Not a lot of info here, but from what we saw in the trailer, it looks like some kind of blind or disorienting effect, possibly similar to Spider's blind skill. Finally, his third ability, Shield Scales, it lets him absorb one enemy hit, so that also rings a bell for me. It's basically ISO Shield in a reptilian form. And yeah, I can already hear the collective suffering of HOLLOWPOINT's mains across the world. This is going to be painful for those Meteora shots. Clearly this lizard can take the first shot from Meteora and survive. Let's see now some general changes that are super important to keep in consideration. The recordings and highlights are no longer available, so if you didn't download them, those unfortunately are gone. The currency system for Lancer and Weapon skin keys got unified into one, so you will see both values automatically merged into your account. And an important in-game change, the enemy icons on the minimap, which usually disappeared after 2 seconds, now it got extended to 8 seconds. That's massive. I think that's probably even misled a little bit in the game, but I guess time will tell. Next up, a brand new deathmatch map, Kepler Station, also known as Aesir. This map is set inside a sleek, high-tech research facility built by Kepler, located right next to Yggdrasil, deep within the Iris Shard. Now, if you don't know what Kepler means and you are really into Fragpunk, I recommend you to follow this channel because very soon I'll be dropping a lore reveal video that is chef kiss. And I'm gonna start with NITRO's lore revealing a lot about Kepler and Acme. But coming back, Aesir is playable in most of the game modes except for Shard Clash. So this means you will find it in Team Deathmatch, this new one called Confirm, Deck Deathmatch, Meal Deathmatch, etc, etc. There are also some interesting mentions about new game modes that will be rotating every 2 weeks, and arcade modes that will rotate every day. We will come to those when the time comes. What is important is that we will have now a new mode called Headshots Only, where all the Lancers' heads become bigger and bullets only deals damage if they hit the head. This is rather interesting at the most. I expect to play a lot of this game mode, mostly to train my aim. Now it's time for the changes in the Outbreak mode. Though honestly, I'm not even sure this section is worth stopping on. I mean, is anyone still playing this? Last time I queued up, I waited over 20 minutes before rage quitting the loading screen. Anyways, for the two of you still out there grinding Outbreak, shard cards will now be separated between survivors and parasites, so each side can hold its own set. Plus a few balance tweaks here and there, so I guess good luck Outbreak mode, I wish you the best. And what about battle rotation iterations? There were some renaming in the game modes. Battle rotation has been renamed to Deathmatch, and the Glunite Graph mode has been renamed to Killed Confirm. There were tweaks also in this, from which the most important to be mentioned are: in Deathmatch, players can charge melee weapons while sliding, and all Deathmatch modes with shard cards now start with all the cards unlocked. And also, you might not see all the same maps in the rotation, as some of those were removed. Now, about the training mode, a place that I personally dedicate a lot of time, especially to create these videos, improved drastically, and I'm loving it. You could expect a better lineup edition with a brand new panel that will help you to edit the locations and even teleport to specific locations. So Bad Guitar, 10 out of 10. You can also place hostile bots in a specific place with a limit of 5 bots. Bad Guitar, 10 again. Added a new feature to relaunch the last projectile fired and a projectile perspective tracking improvement. Wow, my thanks to you. There were some changes to edit specific key bindings, which I had problems in the past, so thanks for that. So this is great, can't wait to experiment all of these things. Final score, 10 out of 10. And what about the shard card adjustments? A total of 67 new shard cards have been added to the shard clash mode, while 25 have been removed. What is important is that all shard cards now begins unlocked. There are other additions and subtractions in other game modes, but those are not the priority right now. There are so many new shard cards that it's impossible to be shown in one video, but I'll give you the important ones that left the game. So this one, Weapon or Life, the one that you could sacrifice your primary weapon to survive a fatal damage once, gone. The ones related to portals, like the two-way and the portal malfunction, also gone. Informant, the one that pings remaining enemies, that one was a good one, but it's gone. Toxic traps, so you were able to throw a toxic trap. That was fun. The ones for mist in the side A and B, gone. Lingering smokes, the one that makes the smokes to last longer, also gone. Stand-up stride, wow, that was super fun, but also away. And the mini traps, the one that makes the enemy traps range minus 30%. That's also a shame. It was a good one. The brand new Battle Pass will launch on April 29th. Now, a pro tip about the Battle Pass. If you didn't notice, Battle Pass in Fragpunk is not the same than in any other game. Here, you get a refund of 900 frag coins, which entitles you to get the next Battle Pass for free. This of course does not include the premium pass, but it anyways includes a lot. So the trick here is you just need to be smart and keep holding at least 900 frag coins. Don't spend it in stupid stuff or skins, like oh shit, I'm broke again. Damn you woman! Let's see now the changes applied in some of the lancers. Starting with NITRO, you will see an alert now if you are being attacked while driving chugs. The second change is that the walls can be destroyed by segments, instead of removing it all at once. I'm not sure if this is a buff or a nerf. And about the turret, looks like it was hard to hit, so there were improvements in the hitboxes. The changes to Spider. The teleport now must be placed closer to Spider. This is clearly a nerf. And also, you need to place the portal in places that it's possible to stand. The portal's health has been reduced to 175, and the next one hurts me really bad. After a friendly player uses a portal, other friendly players will now be unable to use the portal for 8 seconds. Of course, this does not apply to Spider, but still. Ouch. And for the skill Spirit Away, once the trap lands, it will have 1 second delay before pulling enemies. And also, it has a new warning indicator for enemies to know when they are being pulled away. PATHOJEN got the size adjuster in the Killer Queen skill to make it easier to detect. JAGUAR has now improvements in the hitbox for his skill Live Wire, because it was not easy to be destroyed. I actually think this is a cool one, because this trap is super visible and it was hard to destroy. I thought for a minute it was some sort of indestructible skill. Also, the number of uses has been increased from 2 to 3, so I guess good news for the Jaguar mains. The changes in CHUM. Jumpers will do 1 attack per second now, and about the explosive bait, it also has adjusted hitbox, so it's easier to destroy. This one I don't recall that was hard to destroy, but I guess it's okay. Corona? Now, Corona got most of the prizes here. Is he the favorite of the developers or what? The fast lane dash distance increased from 5 to 6 meters. And besides, while dashing, Corona is immune to most of the debuffs. This brings me a lot of doubts, like, is he immune to blinds or immune to effects caused by cards? If anybody knows, please enlighten me in the comments below. And the skill Ashes to Ashes, the buff effect will now remain 1.5 seconds once Corona gets out of the skill. The damage caused by the area now hits quicker, so twice the amount in the same time. And the damage reduction effect has been increased from 20 to 25%, so Corona has now more protection. I hope you are happy, Corona mains. The changes in Broker, the rockets can now be launched while dashing. That's a simple one and it's just that. HOLLOWPOINT has a lot of nerfs. The Meteora no longer detects enemies within its field of view while aiming. And the smoke screen, it has an increased cooldown and it's no longer possible to use this ability in quick succession. A lot of nerfs for you. That's what you get to be very similar to Chamber. Now you are also nerfed like him. AXON has some changes as well. The electric guitar has some improvements, specifically when you are firing and throwing sticky bombs. And it seems there was a fix in an issue where some people was abusing a bug that you could slide more than expected while doing a knife charge attack. For ZEPHYR, the Midnight Rambler, if you faced issues switching weapons when you were exiting the invisibility, well, looks like that got fixed, so good for the ZEPHYR mains. What about the guns? The utility guns has also important changes. Starting with the blaster, it seems now the explosion has in consideration times and bounces, so you need to keep in consideration that, because if it travels a long distance, it will explode after 3.5 seconds, even if it doesn't hit a target or the map. The tail effect on the flasher's projectile got improved, making them less detectable. That's nice. And also adjusted the feel of the jump throw for all utility guns. During the jump ascent, players can now perform jump throws more precisely. So this means if you have a lineup that involves jumping while throwing, you better confirm if it's still working. And regular guns also got some changes. The Cold Shoulder takes more damage now, even in different distances. Discipline has some improvements in the reload animations, so this is entirely animation, nothing to do with the game mechanics. And also there were some weapon skin improvements, mostly to improve the performance. Last but not least, maps also were refactored. In most of the cases you will see a change in the cover, like taller boxes or improved zones that were a massacre because of the lack of cover. There are also changes related to the initial barrier. It seems defensive side can cover more space before the round starts. That's pretty much it. If you enjoyed the ride, drop a like and hit that sub. It really helps while the channel is still growing. One day we might be a huge community and you'll be able to say that you were here since the beta days. Till then, see you later.